it's an emergency. Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency. A big tragedy is coming your way. Open it now or you will cry. Part 1 Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency. Heaven is alert, the bells are ringing, and your name has been spoken before the throne of God. Listen carefully, for what I am about to tell you is not a coincidence. A big tragedy is coming your way, and if you ignore this message, you will cry and wonder why you didn't listen when heaven tried to warn you. My child, stop scrolling. Stay here for a few moments, because this message is the very shield that can save you from what's being prepared against you. God says, my child, I have seen what's being planned in secret. I have seen the traps your enemies are building, I have seen the words whispered behind your back, I have seen the storm that is about to break against you. But before the first wind strikes, I am sending my warning through my messenger Michael. Heaven never speaks without a purpose, and you are not here by accident. You are being chosen to hear what others will miss. Archangel Michael says, someone close to you is not who they appear to be. There is a smile hiding envy, a voice pretending to care but carrying poison. There is a plan to drain you emotionally, financially, and spiritually. The darkness is using someone around you as a vessel to open a door of tragedy into your life. But God says, not if you listen now. Do not let fear overtake you. This is not to make you afraid, it is to make you aware. Heaven never exposes danger without providing protection. The Spirit of God says, if you stay faithful and attentive in this moment, if you don't scroll away from my voice, I will reveal the person, the place, and the time before it strikes. Archangel Michael says, the demon that feeds on your tears has been watching your life for weeks. It's been whispering discouragement to you in your sleep. You have been feeling heavy for no reason, exhausted even when you rest, anxious even when everything looks fine. That's not normal, it's spiritual. That's the sign that the enemy has marked a date on his calendar against you. But God says, I am tearing that page apart right now, if only you will listen and obey what I tell you next. My child, say in the comments, I will listen. Because when you write that, you are not typing words, you are declaring alignment with heaven. Every declaration matters. Angels respond to words spoken in faith. So say it, even softly, I will listen. Archangel Michael says, heaven has dispatched warriors to your home right now. There are unseen flames of protection surrounding your doorway. Because even as I speak, the spirit of tragedy has been knocking, trying to enter through fear, disappointment, and delay. You have felt like everything around you is slowing down and money not moving, opportunities blocked, relationships suddenly turning cold. That's not coincidence. That's the early vibration of the storm approaching. But God says, I am giving you discernment right now. My child, hear this clearly, before the tragedy comes physically, it always starts spiritually. The first sign is confusion. Have you noticed how confused you've been lately? How people who used to support you suddenly turn silent. That's not natural, it's orchestration. Heaven is revealing this to give you a chance to prepare. You are not losing your mind, you are under spiritual surveillance. But as long as you stay in God's word and listen to his voice through this message, the weapon formed against you will fail. God says, stop worrying about what you can't control. Start speaking victory into what looks impossible. You may not see the full picture yet, but I, the Lord, am already rearranging the scene behind the curtain. The enemy's plan is loud, but my plan is final. I allowed this warning to reach you today because timing is everything. If this message had reached you tomorrow, it would have been too late. That's how close the danger was. But my mercy runs faster than disaster. Archangel Michael says, heaven has detected movement, a spiritual movement around your home, around your name, and around your destiny. Someone has mentioned your name in jealousy, and that mention has triggered a dark vibration in the spirit. They don't even know what they've activated, but heaven does. The angels of God have been sent to block it. But you must not let your heart be open to anger, because anger opens the same door tragedy wants to use. My child, say this now, even silently, God, protect me from what I cannot see. That single prayer shakes the foundation of every demonic plan against you. The power of your voice breaks the energy of silence the enemy uses. Say it again, God, protect me from what I cannot see. You don't have to shout, but you must mean it. God says, I am protecting your finances. I am protecting your peace. I am protecting your future. What the enemy wants to destroy is your belief, because if he breaks your faith, everything else falls easily. But I say unto you, do not give up. Even if you are tired, even if you are on the edge, stay a little longer under my covering. Because one day from now, you will look back and say, that message saved my life. Archangel Michael says, I saw the shadow of loss approaching your door, but when this message started playing, that shadow froze. The more you listen, the weaker it becomes. The more you agree with heaven, the further tragedy moves from your timeline. This is why the enemy tried to distract you before you could see this. Remember? Something almost stopped you from watching this message. That was not random. That was resistance. Because the enemy knew once you heard heaven's warning, the plan would collapse. My child, you are not powerless. You are chosen. You are not forgotten. You are favored. But you must act like one who believes. Say this in the comments if you agree, I believe, I receive. Because when you declare it, heaven records it. God says, the reason this feels like an emergency is because time has compressed. What used to take months to happen will now happen in days. Both blessings and battles are accelerating. That's why you feel the pressure. It's the spiritual collision between what's meant for you and what's meant to stop you. But as long as you remain in prayer, stay in gratitude, and keep your heart clean, the collision will turn into your breakthrough. Archangel Michael says, do not open your mouth to curse those who hurt you. Silence is your weapon right now. Heaven fights best for those who don't argue in the flesh. Every insult, every betrayal, every delay, they are all being used as evidence in heaven's courtroom. The verdict will soon come in your favor. My child, this is only the beginning of the warning. Stay connected, because in the next part, I will reveal what the tragedy is, who sent it, and how to reverse it completely. But before you move, say this again, God, I trust you even when I can't see. Type it if you believe. Because your faith today is building the wall that will block tomorrow's disaster. God says, this message has reached you right on time. You were seconds away from stepping into something that could have cost you peace, but I intercepted your path. My hand is over you. My angel stands beside you. My power goes before you. And my mercy will never leave you. Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency, but heaven has already started the rescue. Archangel Michael says, listen closely, for what I revealed now will open your eyes. The tragedy that was coming toward you was not random, it was being designed in silence by hands that once pretended to care. God says, the reason you have felt sudden coldness from certain people, the reason your peace has been uneasy lately, is because your spirit already sensed what your eyes could not yet see. Heaven is revealing it before it explodes. My child, someone has been praying against you while pretending to pray for you. They have been speaking words that sound sweet but carry bitterness underneath. They envy your resilience, your favor, your ability to keep standing even when life tries to break you. Their jealousy became an invitation for dark energy to enter. That energy started surrounding your name, trying to slow your destiny down. But God says, I saw it all. Archangel Michael says, the spirit of loss was sent toward you like a shadow, to make you lose what you love, to drain your finances, and to bring confusion into your relationships. But as this message plays, I see the shadow trembling. It is losing its grip because awareness is light, and the light is entering your space right now. Heaven never allows exposure without providing escape. You are being told this because God has already written your deliverance. My child, if your phone has been silent, if your plans have been delayed, if people have suddenly withdrawn their support, do not panic. That silence is divine. God isolated you to protect you. He removed voices that were distracting you so you could hear this one voice, the voice that says, it's an emergency, but it's not the end. God says, I am about to restore what the enemy tried to manipulate. Archangel Michael says, the person responsible for this energy is closer than you think. This is not to make you hate them, but to make you wise. There is someone who always wants to know every detail of your next step, but they do not want to celebrate your success, they want to measure how far they must compete. That spirit of comparison has been fueling their actions. Every time you share your plans, they release doubt into the atmosphere, and that doubt weakens your spiritual shield. God says, stop announcing your blessings before they manifest. Some doors are meant to open in silence. Not everyone clapping for you is clapping from love. Some hands are clapping to count your rhythm. My child, hold your peace and watch me defend you in secret. The same mouths that whispered against you will one day speak of your victory. I will turn their curses into confessions. Archangel Michael says, I was sent to warn you that in the next few days, there may be something that seems like a sudden disappointment, a plan falling apart, a delay, a rejection. Don't mourn it. That is heaven blocking tragedy. What you call rejection is often protection. God rearranges situations to make sure you don't step where destruction hides. Trust the redirection, even if it hurts. God says, this message reached you because your name is still written in my book of mercy. I am extending grace to you again. The enemy wanted to close your season prematurely, but I am giving you another chance. Listen carefully, and you must pray over your space tonight. Before you sleep, speak these words aloud. Every dark energy sent toward me, return to its sender in peace. I release forgiveness and call back my peace. When you do this, heaven will move. Because forgiveness closes the open doors that tragedy uses to enter. My child, comment I receive peace if you believe. You're not doing it for attention, you're doing it to confirm your alignment. Every declaration creates a seal over your words. The enemy feeds on silence, but heaven moves on sound. Say it softly if you must. I receive peace. Archangel Michael says, the tragedy was meant to strike in the form of loss, either emotional, financial, or relational. It was designed to make you question your worth and distance yourself from God. But the moment you stopped scrolling and started listening, a new energy began surrounding you. The same angels that fought for Daniel are now standing in your space. The same protection that covered Job before his restoration is being extended to you now. This is not just a message, it is a spiritual intervention. God says, my child, your tears were not ignored. Each one fell like a seed before my throne. You thought no one saw you cry, but heaven recorded it. Those tears built the very wall that tragedy cannot cross. You are being reminded today that no weapon formed against you will prosper. The emergency may look terrifying, but the outcome will be miraculous. Because I, the Lord, do not send warnings to frighten, I send them to prepare. Archangel Michael says, the heavens tremble when you pray. You may not feel powerful, but in the unseen realm, your words shake foundations. That is why the enemy tries so hard to make you feel tired, hopeless, or distracted. Because if you ever truly realized how powerful your voice is, no dark force could touch you. So listen before you sleep tonight. Thank God for everything, even what you don't understand. Gratitude disarms tragedy faster than fear. God says, you are entering a new season, but first, old energy must be cleared. Some friendships will end, some habits will fall away, and some opportunities will fade. Don't chase what I'm removing. Every loss is a signal of spiritual cleansing. I am pruning you because your destiny is too big for small-minded surroundings. The shaking is not punishment, it's preparation. The delay is not denial, it's defense. My child, say this in your heart, God, if you are removing it, I trust you. That one sentence can shift your entire future. The tragedy that was coming will now turn into transformation. You were meant to hear this message so you could participate in your own rescue. Heaven works through obedience, not fear. So choose faith right now. Archangel Michael says, you must anoint your space, say your mind, your words, and your intentions. Stop letting doubt speak louder than hope. Speak life over yourself daily. The more you speak blessings, the less room tragedy has to move. The enemy wanted this to be your breaking season. God wants it to be your awakening season. God says, within 7 days, you will see a sign, a sudden message, a dream, or an unexpected piece confirming that heaven has intervened. When that happens, remember this moment. You didn't just listen, you responded. And that response shifted timelines. The thing that was supposed to break you will now bless you. Archangel Michael says, it's still an emergency, but not for you anymore. The emergency now belongs to the enemy. Their plan is collapsing. Their trap is reversing. The storm they prepared is now circling back to where it started. Because when heaven speaks, darkness cannot argue. Stay until the next part, because I will reveal what you must do in the coming days to seal your protection and invite the divine restoration that's already in motion. And before we move forward, my child, whisper this one more time: God, thank you for saving me before I even knew I was in danger. Heaven heard you. The rescue is already unfolding. Archangel Michael says, listen carefully, my child. The emergency is not over yet, but something powerful has already shifted in your favor. When you heard this message and chose to stay, heaven began to rewrite your path. What was meant to bring tears will now bring testimony. What was meant to destroy you will now deliver you. The tragedy that was being planned has been intercepted by divine fire. God says, my child, I am turning your midnight into morning. The same situation that was designed to break your peace will soon prove my power. You may not see it yet, but in the spiritual realm, the tables have turned. The very trap your enemies set for you, they are now falling into. Because I, the Lord, do not sleep. My angels have been working through your silence. Every tear you shed became a sword in their hands. Archangel Michael says, I saw the spirit of tragedy leaving your home when you whispered, God, protect me. It screamed as it left because it lost its permission to stay. It tried to enter through anxiety, through arguments, through sudden losses. But your prayer built the wall. Your obedience opened the gate for heaven to step in. And now, the light of God surrounds your name like fire. My child, the next few days are crucial. You must protect your peace. The enemy will try one more time to provoke you, to make you react, to make you lose your calm. Don't fall for it. When you react in anger, you reopen the door heaven just closed. God says, stay still and let me fight. You don't have to prove your innocence to anyone. You don't have to defend your name. Every lie spoken about you will soon expose itself without your help. God says, I am sending a divine interruption into the timeline of tragedy. The curse has been broken, but the lesson must be understood. Stop letting everyone have access to your heart. Stop allowing people to speak negativity into your dreams. There are voices that pretend to care but carry confusion. I am teaching you to recognize energy, not just words. Archangel Michael says, I saw your heart, and heaven has decided that you will not lose what is yours. That's why the enemy fought you so hard, because you are about to walk into something he wanted for himself. The next blessing you receive is not ordinary. It carries the weight of restoration. It carries compensation for all the silent seasons you survived. The delay was painful, yes, but it was divine insurance. Had I given it to you earlier, it would have been stolen. But now, your heart is stronger, your faith deeper, and your spirit more aware. My child, say this softly, God, I am ready for restoration. Type it in the comments if you can, and offer me, but to activate your agreement with heaven. Because your words are keys, and each key opens the door that tragedy once locked. God says, you have cried enough over what left. Stop looking at closed doors. I shut them for your safety. Some people left because they were not meant to go where you're going. Some losses happened because what's coming is too heavy for weak hands to carry. I am sending new connections, divine helpers, people who will not compete with you but complete your journey. Archangel Michael says, your life is about to shift suddenly. When you least expect it, a message, a call, or an opportunity will appear, something that looks small but carries heaven's fingerprints. That's the reversal beginning. What was blocked will flow. What was hidden will appear. The same heaven that sent this warning will now send your breakthrough. My child, do not forget this: protection and promotion often come together. God never saves you from something without preparing to raise you through it. The tragedy that was supposed to break you became your divine training. That storm taught you strength, patience, and discernment, qualities you will need for the blessing that's next. God says, I am restoring your name. Those who misunderstood you will soon witness your elevation. You will not need revenge, I will handle it. When the tables turn, remember mercy, because your forgiveness is the seed of your next miracle. Speak no evil against those who hurt you. Release them, and I will release new favor into your life. Archangel Michael says, I see angels standing around your bed at night. They are guarding your dreams because the enemy tried to attack you through nightmares. You may have noticed strange dreams, shadows, or feelings of heaviness. That was the spirit of tragedy trying to find another doorway. But your awareness now blocks it. From tonight onward, peace will return to your sleep. My child, say this now: my peace belongs to God. When you say that, you are marking your atmosphere with divine authority. Darkness cannot cross that sentence. God says, your miracle is closer than it feels. I am aligning circumstances, moving people, and rearranging events behind the scenes. What you thought was delayed is actually being perfected. I am not slow, I am strategic. Every waiting season is a building season. You are being built for the blessing you're about to carry. Archangel Michael says, be alert but not afraid. Heaven will send you signs, repeated numbers, sudden chills, songs that carry peace. They will all confirm that you are being guided. When you notice them, just say, thank you, God. Gratitude strengthens angelic activity. It invites light into every hidden place of fear. My child, don't forget this: the bigger the storm, the greater the destiny it tries to destroy. That's why your life has felt intense, because you carry something that hell fears. You are not cursed, you are chosen. That's why the pressure has been heavy. But the pressure is now shifting into power. God says, I am giving you back your laughter. The days of crying alone are ending. Soon, joy will replace exhaustion. You will wake up one morning and feel lighter without knowing why. That will be the evidence that the spirit of tragedy has completely left your atmosphere. Archangel Michael says, heaven rejoices when one soul listens. And because you stayed, because you listened, you have changed your timeline. You will no longer walk in fear. You will walk in divine awareness. God says, I will bless your house. I will heal your body. I will restore your name. The emergency that was sent against you has now turned into an announcement of your elevation. My child, whisper this prayer with faith: God, let your light guide me from this moment forward. Say it once and mean it out, because that prayer just sealed your protection for what's coming next. Stay close, because in the next part, I will show you what happens after the reversal of the season of miracles, unexpected breakthroughs, and divine justice that follows every storm heaven stops.